Wish from Disney is a new film celebrating 100 years of Disney animation, but does it live up to that reputation? My name is Dean, and welcome to On the Brink. This is my spoiler-free review of Disney's Wish. Wish was a film that had a lot of unexpected elements, and it was a little bit of a weird movie, but it did really resonate really well in the end with me. The story was great, the music was great, the characters were really well done. It wasn't a perfect film, but I did really enjoy it a lot more than some of the other recent films that have come out from Disney in a long time. I was pretty disappointed with Encanto, for example. Lots of good elements in that film too, but it left me feeling a little flat, a little empty. Wish really is like a warm hug. But something I did love about it also was that it had stakes, it had some suspense, it had some darkness, it had you feeling disturbed a couple times. Wish really was pretty well-rounded in terms of storytelling with its ups and downs and lights and darks, and I really appreciated that. If you are a fan of the classic Disney films that you have watched your entire life, you will probably enjoy this film. It's getting a lot of mixed reviews, but personally, I loved it. I can really say that it had a lot of heart, a lot of wonderful references to enjoy, and it's a lot of fun. This is a spoiler-free review, but I will be getting into a little more details about the music and the characters from now on, so if you're not interested in hearing anything about Wish, then go ahead and stop here. But again, no worries, no spoilers from me in this video. That'll come later, in a different video. Wish was released Thanksgiving 2023 and is directed by Chris Buck and Fawn Veerasunthorn. Chris Buck has, of course, previously directed Tarzan and the Frozen films, among other contributions to many Disney films. And for Miss Veerasunthorn, this is her directorial debut. She previously was the head of story on Raya and the Last Dragon and worked on a few other Disney films as well before getting this job. The notable stars from this film are, of course, Ariana DeBose as Asha, Chris Pine as King Magnifico, and Alan Tudyk as Valentino the Goat. It's a fresh cast of upcomings and virtually unknowns, except for Chris Pine and Alan Tudyk, but the entire cast was wonderful. I really enjoyed each and every character. They had a lot of personality, especially the main ones. Although Alan Tudyk as the goat had a lot of jokes that did not land for me, kind of like Olaf in Frozen. Olaf is funny at times, but this Valentino goat, despite being very cute, did not have any good one-liners. I wish that they would have stifled that a little bit more. The score was by Dave Metzger, with songs by Julia Michaels, J.P. Sachs, and Benjamin Rice. Ariana DeBose, of course the voice of Asha, was an incredible singer. She really killed it in this movie with every single song. I really enjoyed her hero song titled This Wish. It's reminiscent of many other Disney princess-esque style songs, such as Let It Go from Frozen and Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. I really enjoy the way she carried herself and the powerful lyrics that were within. Her duet with Chris Pine at the very beginning for the song At All Costs was also a very big highlight in the film for me. It's very well done and very emotional. It was interesting because when I first was learning about the movie and the soundtrack came out, I listened to the songs and didn't really have much to say. I really liked Knowing What We Know Now, but all the other songs seemed kind of not so good. But when I listened to them with the film's context, watching the movie, it was a lot better, a lot more made sense, of course. And the characters just flowed right into the songs. It didn't feel too pushed or too forced. However, the song I'm a Star didn't really do much for me. It's a very cute song and everything, but it just felt a little out of place and a little too close to a couple other songs. It's a musical, so it's going to have songs, but something felt a little rough there, and I'm not sure what else they could have done. It's just something that I noticed. The reprise of This Wish at the very end is very powerful. Like I said, I won't say much else about the details of the film, but it is very good, very well done. I had a mist of tears in my eyes. Didn't full on cry, but it's emotional. It really, really hit me strong. The one thing I'll say about the animation of Wish and the production as a whole is that it's a little weird. In some places, it just does not look right. The hybrid of CGI and 2D that they were going for didn't really land for me. There was an odd filter layered upon the CGI animation that made it look like it was traditional animation with hand-drawn elements and colors, but I could see through the trick. It wasn't that impressive. It was very beautiful in places, but it also looked a little funky in others. Asha was very well designed, and so was King Magnifico. The way they moved, the way they acted, wonderful, absolutely gorgeous. But I wish that they would have picked a more inspired way to do this. Maybe start out with CGI, and then the magic transforms them into traditional hand-drawn, utilizing both on screen, for example, like they've done in the past, or like they've done with live action and animation together. I think that could have been really cool to see a mix of both, a true mix of both, rather than just, hey, we're going to make CGI look like 2D, kind of. But regardless, I mean, the production design by Mike Giamo was incredible. Everything was very, very beautiful and looked like a hand-painted page out of a storybook, which is, I'm sure, what they were going for. Also being very, very derivative of many other storybook openings from the classic Disney films like Snow White, Pinocchio, etc. I did appreciate some of the subtle references to the other Disney films. Most notably, there are shots here and there that feel like they're recycled animation or recycled shots or recycled jokes. It works really well, but it almost starts to feel less of a Disney movie and more like a Disney parody movie. It's kind of hard for me to decide at the moment what I feel on that, but nonetheless, there's a lot of fun elements and a lot of Easter eggs to look for, and I'm going to do a breakdown video of all those sometime here in the future when I see it again. So ultimately, does Wish live up to the reputation of Disney 100 and the legacy of the films that have gone before it? Yes, I think it passes. I do think that they did a very good job with Wish. You know, there's always going to be gripes, there's always going to be complaints or critiques, but it made me very happy and left me very satisfied. I really hope that if you enjoy it, you can let me know in the comments below what you think about Wish. I know it's getting a lot of mixed reviews, so I'd be curious to hear what everyone else thinks. Also, let me know what other films I should review, and like and subscribe, please. I'm thankful you tuned in to me today. See ya.